Hello, year 6. How are you? Miss Maricel is here. Okay, do you want to have some fun? Okay, I know that you love math, and let's start the lesson about introduction of positive and negative numbers. Okay, so our lesson for today is all about positive and negative numbers. You can find the questions in your math booklet, page 30. What do you think are positive and negative numbers? Why do we say positive and negative numbers? Okay, I'm going to share you first our learning objectives, what we are going to learn for today, what do you should know after this PowerPoint. So, in our learning objectives, this will be the lesson for the whole week. Arrange negative and positive numbers in order from the least or from the largest. Or we can say, arrange negative and positive numbers in order from ascending order or from descending order. And also, later on, you're going to learn how to compare negative and positive numbers. We have to use the less than sign, equal sign, or the greater sign. And if you are confused about it, just remember Mr. Crocodile or Mr. Alligator. Always Mr. Alligator, it's the bigger portion and doesn't like the smaller portion, always the big portion, isn't it? Now, after that, you should know also how to solve word problems involving our temperature. You should know all the words about which temperature, which number is the coldest, and which one is the warmest. And we should know also how to compare our temperature, which one is colder and which one is warmer. Okay? Now, let's start. But you should know also the vocabularies. Because, maybe you're thinking, why there are positive and negative numbers? So, inside the number line, you were not aware that there are also other numbers aside from a whole number, not only counting from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and infinite, non-stop, continuously. There are also numbers that are minus numbers. We say negative numbers, but where are they located? Now I'm going to show you. Let's have to learn first what is the meaning of this word. Let's start with the positive numbers. What are positive numbers? You can read it with me. Positive numbers are numbers that are greater than 0. Oh, of course, this is the normal numbers that we are using since you were in preschool. So we call them, the positive numbers are the numbers that are greater than 0. Of course, you know already that there are numbers greater than 0. So, oh my goodness. Okay. Now, I'm going to show you the number line. Now, this is what you're going to remember. All positive numbers, okay, since they are greater than 0, they are located to the right of 0. So this is the 0. This is the positive numbers. It's always to the right of 0. I'm going to show you the number line. So we always use number line to locate the positive and negative numbers. For you just keep in your mind, this is your guide. Okay, so as I was saying, positive numbers are numbers that are greater than 0 and they are located to the right of 0. Here is the number line. So, as we said, positive numbers are located to the right of 0, and this is the 0. the right of 0 is going there. So what will be the number after 0? Of course, it is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, and 10. And you know already that when we are counting, it's infinite. It won't stop. Okay? Because counting is infinite. So, all these numbers up to here to the right of 0, we call them positive numbers. Okay? So, sometimes positive numbers, we are writing the plus sign in front. Okay? Or it's okay that we will write the plus sign here, or without the plus sign, it's still they are called positive numbers. Example, we can say positive 8 or 8. We can also say positive 3 or 3. So they are the same. Okay? Any question about positive numbers? Remember, positive numbers are located to the right of 0, and the more they are going higher, the more they are getting greater. The value is getting greater. Okay? Now let's go to the next vocabulary. The next is negative numbers. What are negative numbers? What is Miss Maricel saying all about negative numbers? Okay. So, what are negative numbers? Now, you have already learned what are positive numbers. We say a while ago that positive numbers are to the right of 0. How about negative numbers? So, let's read. Negative numbers are numbers that are less than 0. So, where should be these negative numbers are located? So they are located to the left of 0. Now I'm going to show you the number line. So let's mark the 0 and the positive numbers. Remember, to the right of 0 are the positive numbers, and to the left of 0, they are the negative numbers. So the number that is in between positive and negative is always 0. So always we start from 0. So let's count. So 0 to the left are the negative numbers. So negative 1, negative 2, negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6, negative 7, negative 8, negative 9, and infinite. As I told you, in counting is non-stop. It is continuous. Don't forget that. Okay? So, can you see that? So from 0 to the left, they are the negative numbers. So don't forget that negative numbers are to the left of 0 and positive numbers are to the right of 0. And we use number line to locate negative and positive. Okay, keep that in your mind because still you can use this one when you will go to middle school and high school. So remember this also. We use a minus sign to show a negative number. But when we read, we say negative 9, negative 8, negative 7. I prefer you to say negative so that when you are going to add or subtract negative and positive, you won't be confused of negative 5. Instead of saying minus 3, you have to say minus negative 3. Clear? Okay, let's continue. So, also keep in your mind, the greater the value of negative numbers are, the lesser. Like for example, why Miss Maricel is saying this one? That when the value of the negative number, they are lesser. So as I was explaining it in the class, the more the negative number is farther from 0, they are smaller. The more they are closer to 0, they are greater. So now let's compare. Negative 9 is the farthest number from negatives. In negative numbers from 0, therefore negative 9 is the smallest. But which one is the greatest negative number? It is negative 1. Why? Because it is negative 1 is the closest to 0. Do you understand? Very good. So an example about that is, for example, I say, I will read. So negative numbers, don't forget we read it. -9, -8, -12, -13, not minus, because you will be confused later. Okay? Let's continue. So, what do you think? What, how do you think thermometers use negative numbers? What are the things that we can use that you can see in our daily life with negative and positive? Of course, number one is the thermometer. Why we say we use thermometer and there are negative numbers there? What is the use of thermometers? Thermometers, we have this for the, when we have to check the fever, and usually we have the all the thermometer before that we have to put in here or in here so that we can see, and you can see the negative and positive numbers there. Okay, but now we have also checked the thermometer, the temperature of the weather. We use the thermometer. In Western countries like not only Western countries, because we have also in Middle East, we have Jordan. It will the temperature, it will go down to negative, below zero. If you can see, there is the below zero here, below zero here. Any number that is below zero, they are small. Oh. Okay, so this is an example of thermometer to measure the weather of the temperature. If you could see here, we have the degrees Fahrenheit and degrees Celsius. We always use, we are used saying degrees Celsius. So the temperature here, this is the thermometer. So thermometer is used to measure, temperature. Okay? So bear in mind, when below zero, it is already snowing. It is very cold. And above zero, it's getting warmer. Okay? And in Bahrain, it's always getting warmer. We don't have a negative temperature because in Bahrain, it's not snowing. Okay. So let's continue. Now, I'm going to show you also positive numbers when it is a vertical line, okay? So keep this in your mind. So this is the number line, okay? It's a vertical line. So let's mark the zero. Above zero, all numbers going above zero, they are getting greater and warmer, okay? So this is zero is the water freezing. And so above 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, and so on. And you know, you can recognize that all the positive numbers, as it's getting away from 0, it is getting greater and warmer. Okay? Now, how about below 0? So you can see now 0, -1, -2, -3, -4, -5. -6, and so on. As the temperatures goes below freezing point or 0, we use negative numbers and it is getting colder. Okay, so it's going, the positive number, if it's going up, it is getting warmer. And if it's negative number, it's going down, it is getting colder. Is that clear? Okay. So the warmest temperature here is 6 and the coldest here is -6. Now, I'm going to show you a number line. There are missing number here and you can pause the video and try to answer it, okay? And we will check your progress after you're done. I'm going to give you few seconds to answer or few minutes. You can write it in your notebook or answer it here, and then we will check your answer later if you have done. Remember, count the lines of the number line before marking them. Okay, I'm waiting here. Pause your video and answer. Okay, I know you're done. Let's continue. Which numbers are missing? Which numbers are missing marked with letters in the number line? So what do you think is A, B, and C? So when you are going to complete the number line, always start from 0. Okay? Now let's count first. Are we counting in 1? Are we counting in 2s? Are we counting in 3s, 5s, by 10 or 20? Let's try. So start from 0. We'll start to the right, which is the positive number. 0, 1, 2, 3. So that's very easy. That means to say we are counting in 1. So now let's count. 1 and 2. So A is 2, which is positive 2. Now let's go to the left. Did you do it correctly? Check your answer. Now, since counting in 1, let's see if what is B. So 0, 1, 2, 3. So B is 3 in the number line. Negative 3. Why is negative 3? If you will say 3, that is wrong. But you have to say negative 3. Why do you think? Why it's negative 3? I think I heard someone says the correct answer. Yes, it is negative 3 because it is to the left of 0. Correct, you're very good. Did you do all correctly? Now let's go to check what is C. So since it's negative 3 now, let's continue counting. Negative 3, negative 4, negative 5, negative 6. So C is negative 6. Okay? Did you do all correctly? Excellent, children. Excellent. Now let's move to the next slide. Okay. Now tell me, any question about positive and negative numbers? Okay. If you want to watch again, you can watch many times. You can do it repeatedly. So let's recap about negative and positive numbers. Okay. What are positive numbers? Number 1 is positive numbers are the numbers to the right of 0. And of course, they are greater than 0. The more it's getting higher, the value is getting greater. The more it's getting higher, the temperature is getting warmer. And how about negative numbers? Negative numbers are the numbers to the left of 0. And what's all about there? Negative numbers are located to the left of 0 and they are smaller than 0. And the more the greater value is, the lesser. So like for example here, the least number is negative 9. Is that clear? See you in the next PowerPoint. Bye.